Good morning. Happy Friday. I cannot believe we've already had we're over halfway now of this lockdown. Over halfway. Don't you think that's gone really fast? We've just got 13 days to go now, actually. 13 days to go. 13 days to go. Morning, Louise. 13 days to go until we open our brand new studio in Devizes and we can reopen our private studio in Marlborough, which is very exciting, actually. Very exciting. I actually had a bit of a panic. I thought, I had so much I wanted to do. It's happening again. You know that lockdown thing where you go, I'm going to do so much during lockdown. I'm going to paint up them bits, do that. And I'm thinking, wow, I've got 13 days. Good job we've got professionals in Devizes to do that. And in Marlborough. While I just do videos and do workouts. So, good morning, Rachel. So there is actually a lot to be quite positive about, actually, at the moment. I know it can seem quite doom and gloom sometimes in the media, but the exciting thing is that, you know, there's, no matter what people think, you know, there's news on vaccines. There's also been a report come out from the Global Coalition of Aging, which I would take as good news, just simply because it shows that what they describe as this, and this is a powerful term, they describe it as health capital. So the more health capital someone has, the better position they are in to fight off COVID, amongst other things. But they're really putting the force on policymakers and politicians about nutrition, that how it should be more led from the front, there should be more about it. And I know there's a lot out there, but is it working? There's definitely a lot more we can do about our weight, about our fitness levels, all these things that come into it, that is plain to see that helps us fight off COVID amongst other things. And in this report, they just talk about this thing about health capital, how what we're building up now is a stronger immune system, and people have become more alert with it for sure. You know, I've had people just go, you know, I have to do something now. And this has been backed up by the former chief medical officer, Dame Sally Davies, who came out recently and talked about how many lives could essentially be prevented, deaths would be prevented from this pandemic, given a clearer strategy. Now, it's a bit fluffy, isn't it? Anyone can say that, but what we do is a different matter, and it's a tough thing. You know, I'm not saying you just give people this. You know, there's so many things, isn't there? Like Slimming World, Weight Watchers, low calorie diets, exercise, and you've got to find the thing that works for you. And the exciting thing is that that's what it all is about. And I'm going to read out this message that Sandra, who's in our private support group, shared yesterday, because I think it's just really powerful to remind you that you don't have to do it all. You don't have to lose 5 stone in a day just because that statement came out. Like, it's positive in that there's a lot of things that we can control, and there's a lot of things we can do with our habits that will have a beneficial effect on us, as our energy levels, on our health. But sometimes this can actually work the opposite way, and just saying, oh yeah, just do that, and then we just go into panic mode. So I just wanted to share this. Now, this is what she said yesterday. I've intended to post this all week since my catch up with Matt on Monday. I've been doing this 4 months, as she joined in the last lockdown around. I joined with the aim of increasing strength and muscle mass, accepting that 2 limbs are much weaker due to nerve damage. I was well aware that aging with low muscle mass was not a good idea. And this kind of comes into the aging report, because as at the moment, there's a trend with obesity going up, and it's called sarcopenic obesity. So we're heavier, but we're also lighter in muscle. And that's a big issue, because we're getting more health conditions, and then any bed rest that is needed for these health conditions, we then don't have the muscle to support the recovery, because quite often it's the recovery from the condition that is a really key thing, whether that's hips, knees. You know, if anyone needs an op and they've bed rest for a while, how much muscle have they got to lose? How do we increase their protein intake to ensure that they recover quicker? Morning, Lisa. How do we do all these things? So that was just a really powerful thing in there. So Matt assured me that from the outset that all the exercises should be adapted to my needs. And I say this a lot, but I think it's so much more powerful coming from someone else. It's just, I was right. I found ways of exercising and strengthening my good limbs and continued to strengthen my core which I've been working on for years to try and protect my back, which is also a huge problem. So back issues, can't put arms above the head. There's so many obstacles, and it can be very easy here to think, if I can't do it properly, what's the point? It's just a cop-out. But the thing is, and I'll just explain her results. At month 4, I feel stronger, I'm exercising regularly, I'm tweaking my diet a bit, addressing my snacking, and I've changed shape. I've lost 5 centimetres on my waist, 4 centimetres on my hips. I wasn't ever specifically looking to lose weight, but I've lost 4 pounds, which I'm happy with. And the key thing in here is that her body has changed shape. She's got stronger. She's found ways of exercising to adapt for her needs, despite potentially thoughts that, I can't do this, so there's no point in doing it. I'll just accept the way I am now. And it's very easy to do that. And what she finishes with, anyone just joining, keep going. And I know that sounds really obvious, but sometimes you're just a day away. What if you were just one day away from seeing the results that you wanted to see? And I spoke about this yesterday when the message I shared just below this post, actually. If you're listening, and it won't make sense as much, but I spoke about her results. She's got a lot more to lose than this person in question. And she happily says that. She's like, and sometimes that's her biggest thing. So she might lose she's lost over a stone, but she's like, what's a stone when you've got 4 stone to lose? What's the point? And that voice in her head will say, you're still overweight, you're still this, you're still lazy, you're still that. Yeah, but you can't just change like that. All these beliefs, labels that we put on ourselves. And we had this chat yesterday, and it was really powerful for her to just to reflect how far she'd come. Because actually, if she carries on the way she is, in a year or 2, she'll be exactly where she wants to be, and she's not even finding it hard. So when you consider what's the issue, and it's we sometimes have these irrational thoughts because of the label we put on ourselves. And if we start to believe this label, it becomes so strong that our behavior conforms to it. So if you say, I won't be able to stick to it, you'll probably just not be able to stick to it. If you focus on now, because the only thing that actually exists is right now, if you can do it now, you can probably do it forever. Given this situation as well. And just consider that what we said with these labels that we put on ourselves is, just remember that they're stuck on with Velcro. They're stuck on with Velcro. So you can take them off whenever you want. And the key thing to remember is, just ask the question sometimes, who would you be if you didn't put that label on yourself? Like, I'm just lazy, I have no willpower, I have no motivation, I'm not good enough, I don't have time. All these labels we put on ourselves that make us sometimes feel better because we have something to go, actually, yeah, I can't do that because of this. But who would you be without that? What would you do without that label? And it's just starting to question this, and actually sometimes just take a minute just to write that down. Who would I be without that label? Write down any words that you use to describe yourself sometimes. Tear off the Velcro, and then just ask the question, who would I be without that? What would I do differently? Anyway, I hope that helps. Wanted to share that because I hope that springs some more positivity to you, because there is some positive stuff out there. You just got to look for it. Anyway, hope that helps. We are off for our 6:30 a.m. session. If you'd like more information on our next 28-day kickstart, our post-lockdown one, which starts on the 3rd of December, 13 days. See, even that, I'm thinking, wow, so much to do in 13 days. But it will work out. Because guess what? When you set yourself a deadline, you act fast, don't you? That's an enforced deadline. They're always the best. Morning, Sue. So, if you do want more information about a 28-day kickstart, give me a message. Devices, Marlborough, or All From Home. Speaking from All From Home, about to go check if I have enough battery for the speaker this morning, or I need a quick change. Let's have a look. Anyway, we need a towel this morning for today's workout. A towel. So if you're listening in and you come into today's workout, make sure you bring a towel. That's hint for your arms, plus a glute loop, if you have one. Not essential, but just if you want one. They can sometimes take the pressure off your knees and help with squatting. Anyway, thank you for joining me this morning, or whenever you are. Let me know if you're watching on replay, and have a lovely Friday, okay?